Good morning, everyone. Show feet.
What?
Show feet.
No, what?
It's too early.
Don't show feet. That will get us banned on Twitch. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for starting your day with us.
They can show their feet as much as they want in the privacy of their own home. They're grown adults.
I still think encouraging it is probably not great.
Show feet.
Hey, Twitch. How are you this morning? We would love to be featured on the front page again sometime.
Hey, Twitch. Show feet.
Anyways, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Hey, BBs, you have joined the first, best, and only morning show in existence. I'm Anthony Carboni.
And I'm Saige Ryan.
And this is the day that we say goodbye to an important member of the cast.
It's true.
Ann Shelf.
Ann Shelf has been here with us pretty much since the beginning. For those of you who don't know, we started this show almost a year ago.
No.
Yeah?
No, because we were all locked in our rooms for a very long time, and it doesn't count.
It has been almost a year.
We started this show 3 weeks ago.
We started in July of 2020. Now, we did have like a 2-month break.
July of 2020?
Yeah. This is
a year?
Yeah. Because it was when I moved in here. That was when the whole channel launched. It launched with us, Anthony.
I didn't get you anything.
It starts with us and it ends with us. It's okay. The anniversary's not until like the end of this month. We'll be back on celebrating. We're coming back. He's in my apartment. What could he possibly be going to get? This is my stuff. Is he going to bring me a granola bar from my own kitchen? Maybe a cat. Dagger's in here, so I have no idea. Anyways, we started this channel in July of 2020, so we are coming up on the 1-year anniversary. I fucking called it.
It's all you have.
I said he's going to get me a granola bar from my own kitchen.
Because we're best friends and I know exactly what you want at any given time. Was I wrong?
Technically, no. Granola bars are delicious. Thank you, Anthony.
It's kind of exactly what you wanted right now.
Yeah, that sounds great.
You didn't eat this morning before I came over, did you?
Anyways,
we've been co-hosting this show together for 3 weeks. That's how I know you so well.
We will be back. And when we come back, I think we'll celebrate the 1-year anniversary of It's Too Early. But we did have, after we launched, like a 2-month break where an entity disrupted our entire show.
You may know this entity.
You may know this entity.
That entity may have started streaming recently themselves.
That entity donates tons of money to anti-LGBTQ politicians and organizations. But anyways. A big old company didn't want us to do a sweet little show. And fuck them. Here we are.
Fuck them. Here we are.
Almost a year later. And
said, eat shit, job.
We have exactly. Yeah, it's true. I would like to remind you all, I still don't have full-time employment.
Nobody has a job on this channel. Except for Kaylee Bray.
It's true.
Who has 2 jobs.
Who has 8 jobs. So this shelf we put up, and then the drill got stuck. You can have it.
No, I don't. No.
Bijan's on this channel. That's so true, and Bijan has a job.
If you're on this channel, where's your show been for the last 2 weeks?
Anthony, I'll have you know it's been 4. Look, we're dealing with stuff. We're back in like a week and a half. We'll be back on the weekend of the 11th. Anyways.
Bijan, if people are in New York, when do they get to see the Fun City live show?
You don't need a job if you have enough fan support. That's true, Grumpy Steen. And that's the goal, is making a little channel like this able to give our friends jobs. That is my only thing I could ever want to come from this channel.
Yeah.
Good content and
good content, good
creative
friends,
people getting
good
to
coffee.
Eat.
Those are the 3 pillars.
There we go. July 20th, the Caveat Theater in New York City. There we go.
Go see Bijan's Shadowrun podcast live. And if you don't listen to Bijan's Shadowrun podcast, listen to it. It's called Fun City.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Are we gonna do? Is Anne gonna come? Is Anne gonna be part of the news space? We have
I don't know.
Here's the problem with the two of us.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna say, for the most part, we're flawless. Here's what I love about us. We're amazing.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with us. We have such grand visions.
We do have lofty ideas.
And then we also have a combination of attention deficit disorder and high anxiety. That's one of what was supposed to be like 4 shelves.
Yeah. Actually 6.
There was no way we were going to do 6.
We also have that, and I also have simultaneously not a job and 6 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
That's also a problem.
No, during the hey, real talk, during the pandemic, my emotional dysregulation got so bad that I just didn't look for work for a real long time. Whoops. Anyway,
Anne will be traveling with us. Where we decide to put her, who knows? Will she be one of a few shelves? Ideally. I think she'll be in there. She just won't be an only child anymore. An Anne-ly child.
Yeah, but you know, so here's what we're gonna say. We're definitely taking Monday off. Thank you, Ronan. We're definitely taking Monday off because one similarity the new space has to this space is it is just going to be a spare room in Saige's place.
You're so right.
So Saige's got to move.
I do.
So we're gonna be gone on Monday. Will the new studio be set up by Wednesday? I don't know. But here's the thing.
I'm going to try.
And if we don't set up the new studio, maybe we'll find a way to do the show in a temp space for a little while. Mm-hmm. Because I think one thing that we really want to do, now that this network has existed for over 3 weeks. That's what we decided on. It's 3 weeks.
A year.
Now that it's existed for over 3 weeks, we definitely want to make the new space as functional and as put together and as, I don't know, we want it to be, y'all keep showing up every week, and there are so many of you, and you've been so wonderful, and we want the space to reflect the quality of show that we want to make for y'all.
Yeah.
That's
so
all.
We want to make some upgrades. We want to make the space more exciting. We want to find other ways to keep it interesting and interactive. We have one very spicy idea.
So spice.
All I'll tell you is we need a bass.
A sacrificial bass.
That's all I'm going to say.
That's all we're going to say.
Also, we did put up the new donation goal for We Move in BB's July goal. You right, Ronan. We never remember, and you do, so thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. We started with that $50 donation from one of the mods. It already does too much for us. Thank you. More helmets on the wall?
I mean,
I don't want to make Anne jealous.
No. We do, but we bought a bunch of, we have a bunch of cool shit.
Yeah.
Like, my portal gun was supposed to go on a shelf.
Yeah. We definitely had.
We had stuff.
We had plans for this studio, and
I bought the most beautiful mini disc player.
It's true. There is a mini disc player in my
I bought
closet.
the most beautiful industrial mini disc player.
It's so fucking heavy.
And
I went to put it in a box, and I was like, "This can't go in a box."
Yeah, I still believe I can fix it. Like I believe about so many things and people in my life.
Of course, naturally. Anyways, after this today, we will be over on the Patreon doing a Patreon exclusive, and even if by any chance there are no shows next week, we'll still see you on Patreon, BBs.
Mm-hmm.
Not a damn chance we'll miss you.
Wink.
Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate that. That's pretty cool.
But in the meantime, this is a goddamn news show. Let's do the goddamn news.
Can I start with something that's the most important? On Wednesday's show, we celebrated a very special holiday.
Yeah, Bidoof Day.
Bidoof Day.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday. It was July 1st. Nintendo of America.
Oh, the promises.
They really hyped us up for Bidoof Day. We hyped you up for Bidoof Day, and you know what?
They said there was going to be Bidoofery.
We caused Bidoofery.
We caused so much Bidoofery.
We did.
We said, finally, Bidoof getting his Bidoo.
I appreciate Pill's and dad advice saying, Bidoof is a god.
And he will destroy you all.
And it happened. Bidoof Day happened. And over on the official Nintendo YouTube channel,
The children woke up early in the morning. They threw off their blankets. They ran down to the living room.
Mm-hmm.
Mom and Dad were already there.
Uh-huh.
And they said, it's Bidoof Day. What will happen now?
Well, we have the answer for that, but we can only play a tiny, tiny bit of it. Pixel Circus goes harder for Nintendo than Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yes, you're absolutely correct all the time.
This is the Bidoof Day announcement that we were given by Nintendo.
Oh, God, very loud. Wait, doubled. Ah. There we go. Fixed it quick. Okay, that's all we can give you.
They rickrolled us. All of Bidoof Day was a rickroll.
They Bidoof rolled us. Hey, Anthony?
I know Nintendo does. We got doofed.
We got fucking doofed, dude.
Y'all, we got doofed.
Now, not only is that a Rick roll, it's specifically a Bidoof roll. Because they had someone else sing it.
And they came up with lyrics for it.
It sounds a little like a nursery rhyme vocalist.
This Pokemon can't do much. You know the rules, and so do I. It's barely capable of standing up, but it's our buddy, and here's some reasons why. Take it, Saige.
I can't. It's the YMCA will get us.
Take it, Saige. Take it, Saige.
His heart is full of feelings.
Yeah.
Gonna make you understand.
Always been a friend, Bidoof. On it you depend, Bidoof. Bidoof gonna stand its ground and stay true.
Never gonna doubt Bidoof.
Now I'm gonna shout, Bidoof.
Everybody loves Bidoof and it loves you.
Everybody loves, loves Bidoof.
We've officially probably been YMCA'd. You're right. It was a very accurate rendition.
In order to be YMCA'd, you must sing on key.
Made sure that did not happen. So that was the result of Bidoof Day, and literally only that.
I mean, obviously, there's the Pokemon Go Bidoof community day.
There was going to be a lot of them, yeah.
But, like, that was it. That was the whole of Bidoof Day. Is this the monkey's paw of we keep asking Nintendo to discover the internet, and they are, but it's on, like, a 12-year delay?
Yes. You know how I know it's on a 12-year delay? I have a very, very specific reason. When I was a young boy, my father, I'm sorry, I tried not to. When I was like 14 and like rage comic memes were the big deal.
Yeah.
My best friend and I, we made our own meme.
Me?
I'm sorry, my best friend when I was 14. Fortunately, that was not you for all of us.
Go on.
Fair. We made a meme out of Dugong about being a kind of useless Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it was pretty much the exact same format that all of the Nintendo Bidoofery is.
Yeah.
Us even saying, like, Bidoo it. It was just Dugong instead when I was, like, 14. So that's how you know they're literally 12 years behind.
That and the rickrolling.
Yeah. Yeah, that also the rickrolling.
I mean, you can't do this to us, Nintendo. During a year when you literally have not announced anything that you were supposed to announce, this is what you do? Come on, Nintendo.
I mean, we got a bunch of cool Pokemon stuff coming. Honestly, on the Pokemon front, we're doing pretty well.
Listen.
Rickrolling is somewhat eternal, sure. The video, when you watch it, you go through like a range of emotions, or at least I did, because it goes like, fuck. And then you're like, and then you hear the lyrics and you're like, oh, this is cringy. This is deeply cringe. And then it comes back around to good again.
Yeah.
It really does the full circle of being so ridiculously cringy and outdated that it comes back around to so fucking funny.
It's like that improv-y, adult swimmy, Will Ferrell-y, like, if you just keep doing the dumb thing long enough and loud enough, people will just laugh out of how can you do this dumb thing long enough and loud enough.
And they did.
And they did.
And they did it. All right, now we can get into some gaming news.
Sure.
Proper.
First of all, we talked on Wednesday about the possibility of Ghost of Tsushima DLC, or even, according to the rumors,
Another game
along the lines of a Miles Morales style expansion.
Mm-hmm.
It was supposed to be called Ghost of Ikishima, and it did happen, but it happened in a very interesting way. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut is going to hit on August 20th. Mm-hmm. It's coming to PS4 and PS5.
Yeah.
And it is basically the entire game plus a new island, Ikishima, and it's going to have a bunch of improvements for the PS5. It's going to have things like, so here's something funny. Here's a game about feudal Japan, set in feudal Japan, made by an American studio. So the Japanese voiceover didn't have lip sync. It was all lips. You know how sometimes you watch a Japanese game and the American voices don't have lip sync?
Yeah.
It was flipped. So they're doing Japanese lip sync for the Japanese voices, because it turns out most people played it with Japanese on and then English subtitles. And then the island expansion is going to add an entirely new environment to the game, and it's going to use the entire game will now use the PS5 haptic feedback and controller.
Oh, good. That's excellent. I'm excited about that. Obviously there was a lot of hype that it might be a new game, but like, it's a pretty recent game. I don't think a lot of us were quite ready for a new game.
Well, it's kind of like what happened last generation with The Last of Us, right? Like, The Last of Us was the last big hurrah for the PS3, and then one of the first announcements for the PS4. It's kind of similar with Ghost of Tsushima, where that was the beautiful console-pushing end-of-life PS4 game. And now it's coming out on the PS5. There's going to be 3D audio enhancements on the PS5, so if you're using that 3D audio, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, it's going to be real good. Drastically improved load times, 4K resolution options, and frame rates targeting 60 frames per second.
That's exciting.
Plus, unlike some other games, you'll be able to transfer your Ghost of Tsushima PS4 save to your PS5.
Ghost of Tsushima is one of those that, like, I just could stare at. I've watched so much of Ghost of Tsushima because I'm like,
so
I want to play it, but more than anything, I want to see it.
I just want to look at it. Yeah, it's interesting because the art direction of it is just real enough that it looks real, but the environments are just stylized enough to look painterly.
Yeah.
And it makes for this really beautiful look, you know?
It is just beautiful. It is.
It's a gorgeous game.
In other games getting some exciting, spicy new content, Star Wars The Old Republic is getting a 10th anniversary expansion with the intentions of making like a lower barrier for entry for new players. It's been a hot minute since we've had an update on Star Wars The Old Republic because it's a 10-year-old MMO, but
it's fucking wild, man. They've been chugging along. They do special events, holiday stuff. They still do it every year. But this is way bigger than the sort of smaller and maintenance updates or little limited edition special events that we've been seeing. This looks like it's going to be huge.
Yeah, so the latest expansion will continue the story of the Old Republic as players seek to hunt down the renegade Sith Darth Malgus. Players will explore a variety of new planets, including the aquatic planet of Manon and a mysterious world with mountaintop tombs called Ilam. There will also be further operations in remains of Deep Space Research Station.
They're going to be updating, enhancing combat styles. They're going to expand player options with quality of life upgrades. I mean, they're making it modern. They've been going for 10 years, and
we love to see this.
Level caps are going to be increasing by 5 up to level 80. I mean, bless BioWare for keeping this going. And I mean, look, if you want to get the people that aren't in there yet, not only are these updates really good, but hey, Saige.
Yeah.
Legacy of the Sith. Come on.
I know. Look
That's
at
the
this.
title of the expansion, Legacy of the Sith.
This image looks to me like the new Diablo trailer meets Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. I like when they do horror stuff in Star Wars. The Marvel Comics did a couple years back, did a great like Star Wars crossover event in all the comics that was like Luke Skywalker and Dr. Aphra in like a gothic horror story. And I just love when they bring that stuff into Star Wars. Deep space eldritch horror is good.
You know, look, I'm a simple person. I love spooky and I love Star Wars. But I'm also somebody that, like, I'll let anything bend into horror. I want a horror version of anything I like. Take anything I like and make it spooky. Oh, fuck me right up.
Do you remember when Riverdale came along and they were like, what if Spooky Archie?
And I was like, hell yeah.
And we were like, hell yeah, Spooky Archie.
I didn't even care about the Archie comics. I never cared about the Archie comics. They were like, Spooky Archie? And I was like, yeah, sure.
Like, give me that Spooky Archie.
I was a huge Sabrina the Teenage Witch fan, and they were like, Spooky Sabrina?
Which, by the way, if you enjoyed the first couple seasons of those shows, be sure that you pick up Afterlife with Archie and the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, the actual comics that they're based on, because they are. Did you ever read Afterlife with Archie?
Mm-mm.
You would fucking love it. You would fucking love it. Reggie hits Hot Dog with his car and kills Hot Dog, and he goes to Sabrina and he goes, I've always known you're a witch. I've always known you've been hiding it. I know you're trying to keep it from people, and you're trying to... so if you don't bring Hot Dog back, I'm going to tell everyone that you're a witch. And Sabrina goes, I don't even know if I can do that. My aunts won't let me.
Yeah, spoilers, y'all.
That's like first issue. This is like the setup.
Yeah.
This is like the first 6 pages. She brings Hot Dog back. Hot Dog is a zombie. Anybody Hot Dog bites becomes a zombie.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
And that's how the series starts.
All right, I gotta read that. You're right. Pills of Dad Advice said it's too spooky. Rename the show. That'll be our Halloween special.
Ooh, and that's me being an excited ghost. Woo. Ooh. We were also getting rumors, in addition to these Ghost of Tsushima rumors, that there was going to be a Dead Space, a new Dead Space, maybe a remake. And it turns out, latest reports says that it's going to be a reboot.
Motive Studios, of course, the people behind Star Wars Squadrons, is working on it. And there were 3 different publications who all said that they have heard that a Dead Space revival is in development. Specifically, VentureBeat's Jeff Grubb says that EA is rebooting the franchise with a full-fledged remake.
I would love this. I would love this because Dead Space and Dead Space 2, you want to talk about that deep space eldritch horror, like we were just talking about. Oh, I would love to see that come back. Now, obviously, Dead Space 3 was very polarizing because it leaned more into the action sci-fi of it all. Had a very young creative lead and creative director who I think sort of like, you know, did the best they could, but EA came in and was like, here's what we need from a Dead Space right now, young guy. And it kind of turned out a little too vanilla, I think, for most people. And you know, we didn't hear much from Visceral after that. They were working, of course, on Amy Hennig's Star Wars game, which
never happened.
Never happened for reasons. So I would love to see
that whole studio shut down.
Then they shut down.
The whole ass studio shut down.
It killed that studio between Dead Space 3 and that Star Wars game not taking off. But I would like to see. Yeah, because they were an SF studio, which you always like to. I was living in SF at the time, and you always like to see that. But bringing it back now. I think there's a little more. I mean, even after, like, look at the success of Returnal. People want that deep horror sci-fi now, you know, more than they did, I think, back when Dead Space 3 came out.
Yeah, I get that.
And I think it would have a more mainstream appeal.
Right. I mean, you look at one of the most beloved horror games of all time, Alien Isolation,
Mm-hmm.
and that proves this like long-running space in the genre for it.
Yeah, the Alien Isolation, man, it took a while to take off.
That's a great game.
It's a great game. God, it was. Do you remember how broken it was when it first came out?
No,
That was
I played it later.
That was a busted game.
I did
you
not
would
play it when
you
it
would
first
just
came
take a
out.
step, and it was like, oh, alien killed you, and you're like,
What?
oh, all right,
Right?
all right.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I will also say, though, however, Motive was also behind Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is a little more concerning. Now, Battlefront 2 made excellent progress after a lot of public backlash, but of course, there was a lot of conversation around the issues with microtransactions and potential pay-to-win style mechanics. They did go, never mind, we're very sorry, please have the game for free. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine them doing that again.
The majority of the preview stuff that people were angry about in Battlefront, thanks to people reporting on it and public and the public backlash to it, didn't make it to the game. And I thought the multiplayer progression was still a little grindy, but I think it's I've said this before. I think it's sad that Battlefront 2 was as maligned as it was, because I think the single player campaign is one of my favorite modern Star Wars stories to come out in the last 5-10 years. So
Wow.
it's a bummer. It tells
Yeah.
a very good story. Plus you get old Matty Mercer as Luke Skywalker, and he's very good.
Wow.
Yeah, and friend of the
Of
show,
course he
Janina
is.
Gavankar.
Yeah. Like, of course he's very good, but it's just wild that he's Luke. I always forget that
Luke.
happened. Wild. In other rumor news, since that is not technically confirmed, but has some good foundation to it, what's Konami up to?
Hey,
Hey, Konami?
probably selling washing machines, pachinko,
Well, in addition to that, Konami is also
mobile garbage.
maybe working on a Silent Hill related project. They've
Leonardo DiCaprio.gif. Tell me more.
They've teamed up with the Layers of Fear developers, which is an excellent horror game as well.
Team Bloober.
Team Bloober. And they said the will they, won't they concerning Konami in the future of Silent Hill is not even close to a new conversation, but there are new rumors. Konami and Bloober Team, the studio behind Layers of Fear, and the Medium issued a press release, media talking about a fresh partnership between the two companies, so we know that they are working together on something very exciting. It is a historic day for me and the culmination of several years of our work. The fact that a renowned company such as Konami has decided to strategically cooperate with the Bloober teams means that we also joined the world leaders in gaming and became an equal partner for the leading players in this market. And I love to hear that from a smaller studio.
And one day we will take over the world. Team Bloober, of course, after Layers of Fear, created the Medium, which did extremely well, and is now it's going to be cross-platform now. And a lot of people missed out on the Medium when it came out, because
The
obviously
Medium's on my list.
it was an Xbox title, but it's going to be everywhere now. So that's exciting. I've been looking forward to dumping into it, and I miss Silent Hill.
I also miss Silent Hill.
I miss Silent Hill a lot.
I have played through PT many times.
I've got a PS4 Pro
Uh-huh.
that I've got a PS5, but I have my PS4 Pro, and I'm not getting rid of it
'Cause it has
simply
PT on
because
it.
it has PT on it, and I can still open up PT. And it's stupid. It's a stupid reason not to get rid of it, but damn, I love PT.
Yeah, it's unfortunately worth more because it has PT on it.
But okay, so that's weird though,
Yeah,
because
that's
how would
that's a weird spot.
how would people play it? They'd have to log in as me, and that's I'm not gonna let you do that.
People do be doing that.
I'm not gonna let you do that.
But there's also a really excellent recreation of it.
Yeah, did they finish that?
Oh yeah, that's how I played it.
Oh, great. Then I can finally get rid of
I
it.
played it on the recreation. You'll have to make
thank
sure that it's still up and available, but it's come and gone a lot of times. So I think that I feel pretty confident about that.
You got, Saige, a little spicy with the title of this episode.
I did.
Because it specifically says Dragon Age news.
It does. Well, I didn't say news.
Oh, there's no news in the title. It just says Dragon Age,
Uh-huh.
Dead Space, and Diablo.
Oh my.
It doesn't say anything about news. Oh, Clever girl.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because what's the Dragon Age news? The Dragon Age news
Is that there's
news. No Dragon Age news.
We want it. Look, I got myself just as disappointed as I got you disappointed, all right? I love Dragon Age. You all know this. I am just waiting on any little piece of news.
We can't get an expansion for the Old Republic at the same time we get Dragon Age. They had to work on the Old Republic. Dragon Age, of course, has gone through a lot of creative turmoil. You know, both with Casey Hudson leaving the team, and then the second director of Dragon Age leaving the team. They are sort of not starting from scratch, but certainly going back and retooling. We did. I think it was Polygon. They had the best headline yesterday. It just said, Dragon Age fans are used to living on crumbs.
Yeah, it's me.
It's you. You're crumbs.
I'm crumbs.
It's old crumbs, everybody.
You know, yeah. You know.
If they give you one picture of the evil socially distant elf, you're good for like 8 months.
I would love that. Do we have one?
No, we
do.
Don't
We have a new one?
No.
Fuck. BioWare tweeted, "We're hard at work creating the next Dragon Age and Mass Effect games." They also said they will not be showing any Mass Effect. We have some exciting stuff coming to Star Wars: The Old Republic this year. While we won't be showing anything at EA Play Live, make sure to check out our Star Wars: The Old Republic live stream. And that was yesterday, which of course had the Old Republic news in it. But they're not showing any Dragon Age or any Mass Effect at it. Which is a spicy bummer.
What a spicy bummer.
The EA Play Live will be later this month. We only know what they're not going to do, not what they are going to do. I have no idea what the EA Play Live is actually about. Because they also say they're not going to be showing anything from Star Wars: The Old Republic. So I'm just like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, they don't usually KOTOR at EA Play, just because they like to put it off to the side. KOTOR's in a weird space. It's in a weird space.
Star Wars: The Old Republic. Sorry, not Knights of.
Oh, sorry. The Old Republic. Listen.
I guess we'll see some more Battlefield.
Sure.
I guess.
Sure. Here's what I'll tell you about EA. Here's my big EA take for this week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I joined the Xbox Game Pass.
Yes.
You get EA Play with that.
Nice.
For free.
Oh, that's good.
Folks, I'm beginning to feel a bit like a shill. It's real good.
And it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
Everywhere you go.
But you got a lot of games for being a shill. Look, hey, it is not our responsibility at the people at the bottom of the tax brackets to overturn capitalism ourselves. That's not how it works. You can't say, hey, if someone who hates capitalism, you participate in capitalism. That's correct. We have to.
That's correct. There's
actually a massive revolution.
It's a giant hedge maze, and we're all trapped in it.
Correct.
But I do want to talk about with how much I've been loving Game Pass. There was some stuff that we saw about Sony over the last week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they bought Housemarque. Obviously, they bought Bluepoint, or they're rumored to be acquiring Bluepoint. And we said, is this...
Remix?
Is this... So this is remakes and ports, but it's also like a mid-tier... happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. But also... This is an arms race. They are looking at PlayStation Now against xCloud and Game Pass Ultimate, and they're going, uh-oh. And this is the final thing that makes me go, oh, okay. Sony just acquired Nix's software. Nix's software, if you're unfamiliar, all they do is PC ports. That's all they do. Now, obviously, Sony's been testing the waters with Days Gone and Horizon. We know that more games, potentially Ghost of Tsushima, this director's cut. We haven't heard anything, but we did hear rumors previously that it would be coming to the PC. Sony, Are you making a play at this? Are you making a play at
Are we
this?
getting a pass from Sony?
So this
I
is,
kind of want another one.
I mean,
Competition is healthy for making people do better work, but
here's the thing. The number of subscriptions, the monthly subscriptions in the world right now, it's just adding up. I listed mine out the other day, and I was just like, absolutely not. And I got rid of a bunch of them because a bunch of them, I'm just like, when was the last time I used that? When was the last time I looked at this?
Do we want to talk about it?
Sure. I unfortunately got rid of the Criterion app, which hurt my heart and my soul, but I just wasn't watching it enough. I did the same for Mubi, which is a lot like Criterion, but it's more for like film festival stuff.
First time I'm hearing of it.
There were a couple apps that I was looking at, or like apps that I have like yearly subscriptions to that I don't really use anymore. Like I was subscribing to like every Visco filter. You know what I mean? Where you pay that like certain amount every year and you get all the Visco filters. And I was like, I don't even do photography that much anymore. And so, I'm just like looking, because nothing is just like, you can't just buy Visco anymore. So I'm looking at all this stuff and I'm thinking to myself, now like the whole reason I got Game Pass Ultimate is I was paying for Xbox Gold. And I haven't turned on my Xbox One in forever, and I don't have a Series.
But God, we would like one. Hey. At Microsoft.
Hey.
Could we? A lot of people got sent Xboxes. Could we have an Xbox, please?
At least the fridge for the new studio.
Sure, we could use it.
We could use that fridge. But I think... so I'm looking at all of these monthly subscriptions, and they fucking add up. I even thought about getting rid of my Netflix. I barely watch Netflix anymore. There'll be like one original series that pops up on Netflix every couple months. And
Too hot to handle.
It's too hot to handle. Right now, it's too hot to handle, and after Too Hot to Handle, it'll be Sexy Beasts. But, and I like a lot of Netflix originals, but like
in between,
it's like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know. So. To think about, am I going to give $15? Well, I already pay for PlayStation Plus because I'm a PlayStation guy historically. But like, I don't know. Like, there's so many subscriptions.
There are
so many subscriptions.
Yeah.
And it's like, which one do you choose? Like, what are you subscribed to now in terms of games? I pay for Nintendo Online.
Same.
I pay for PlayStation Plus.
I don't pay for PlayStation Plus. I pay for Xbox Live Gold.
I got Game Pass Ultimate,
which I'm about to upgrade to.
I think that's it for subscriptions.
I think that's it for games for me. I pay a lot of subscriptions a month, but
I don't do any MMOs, so I don't pay any fees there.
I don't pay anything for MMOs right now, I don't think. Oh, I do pay seasonally for like the season passes for Sea of Thieves.
Oh, yeah. So games as service stuff, sure.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's all adding up, and initially this stuff seems like a great deal, and individually they all are great deals. But I think what's going to happen is sort of the thing that we saw with like maybe the App Store back in the day, is once there are so many subscriptions out there, it's going to be a race to the bottom.
Yeah.
In terms of pricing and stuff, and unfortunately, that's going to mean that there's only economically a place for two types of studios. Number one, you have to be a wholly owned subsidiary studio of the company that offers the pass, right? So Microsoft owns 23 studios. I think Sony worldwide is something like 16, 17. But they're starting to buy up their second parties, so who knows? So those studios will be able to make big, fancy games.
Yeah.
The only other people that will be able to afford the economics of being on these passes after a few years are going to be extremely like micro, small team, low budget games.
There's going to be a tough market there for like AA games.
Yeah. And we're going to see the same thing happen that happened to Hollywood with the studio system. We're going to see like the middle come out of all. Maybe, like the middle class in America. Whoa.
Anyways,
Galaxy brain. I don't know. How do y'all feel about this? Are you subscribed to some of these?
Yeah, what do you subscribe to every month? Also, I do want to point out, Kaylin Roar said their subscription for the month is us. I choose you guys, easiest sub ever.
Thank you very much, Kayla.
That's
Moore.
real nice of you. All right, we got some other news. Keeping on some of the spooky stuff that we were talking about, we've got the Dead by Daylight 5th anniversary event happening.
Ooh.
It started on June 30th and is running until the 15th. They're going to be just knocking out blood points. If you're trying to farm up blood points, it's going to be a really great time to do so. There are cakes available for big bonuses during the event. You can take advantage of special shrines, of secret rotation with reduced prices. There are all kinds of special cosmetics and other fun things to explore.
I know Ronan Monkey, our generous mod, who's always here, is a big Dead by Daylight player, and says if you log in every day during this thing, it's 500,000 blood points and free shards every day. So login bonus of 500,000.
I don't think it's
no. The blood points is like a one-time bonus for the event.
Yeah.
And then the shards are daily.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Mm-hmm. So that's exciting. They also did a quick patch, a little bug fix on the Raccoon City Police Station map, which again, not the most exciting map for me.
Yeah, no, it's fun that it's there.
It wasn't that fun when I had to run around it for 18 hours in Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 2 just did not catch me like the rest of them did.
More shit like the K-pop shit, please.
Yeah,
Get
absolutely. There's going to be exclusive charms and cosmetics. It's going to be fun.
Confetti launching flashlights.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Which is like an extremely awful idea that I love.
Yes.
The flashlight in general is one of those things where it's like, oh, you make bold fucking moves.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you choose violence as a survivor. Okay.
Yeah.
But sometimes there are like, goals that you have to achieve by using it. So fucking go for it, man. It's fun. Yep. The gens with balloons have confetti as well. That's lovely. If you haven't jumped into Dead by Daylight in a while, maybe this is your kick to do so. Go jump in. The thing that's really nice about Dead by Daylight for me is it's really easy to just get back in for a round. You might suck at it, like I do when I don't play for a long time or all of the time.
I feel like I'd be at such a disadvantage because I've only played it once or twice, and I feel like I wouldn't know anything about anything. I feel like I'd be lost.
No, I find it to be a really manageable game at entry level.
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's a lot of these games where at some point it becomes almost pointless to play because everyone that's playing is so good. But they have a pretty good like matchmaking system for leveling that's really nice.
Yeah.
So if someone in your party is of like a particularly high level,
yeah,
so
and the
low
player
rank.
base is still there.
Yeah, so it's
So-
at the high level, low rank.
Yeah.
And they're pretty good at pairing you with people of a similar caliber unless someone's like smurfing on an account. But I still think that, like, especially when you're a survivor, part of a 4-person team,
Yeah.
I recommend jumping in.
Did you enjoy your anniversary present?
Yeah, it was good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you also enjoy it?
Yes.
We're going to do an actual It's Too Early anniversary celebration, y'all.
We'll do
The
something.
granola bar is not it. It's not
That's
until
it.
the end of this month. I think it's like a July 21st or something.
It's never enough for you.
I'll shove you off that stool.
Hey, other fun events and DLC.
Ooh.
It's been a while. It's been a while. It's been days since we've had a Fortnite announcement. It feels
You're
like
so right. So
literal
we got
days.
you.
Our boy, our sweet boy, the master of mischief himself, Loki, is now in Fortnite.
His glorious purpose has arrived.
Look at him go. Look at him go on that bus. He's like, yeah, come sit with me. What's he gonna do?
Why'd they make his face Fortnite guy shaped?
Because there is Fortnite.
Bijan said, I killed a Loki the other day. Felt good. No, that would hurt my heart. I love Loki. He's my sweet boy.
Series is so good.
Loki's my boy. I'm not caught up. Please don't say anything, anybody.
I will never.
We would never give spoilers anyways, but I'm 2 episodes behind right now due to packing.
I did say something on Twitter, but it was oblique, and people got mad at me. But here's my thing. Here's my thing. Let's say you're at a live sporting event.
Mm-hmm.
You're at like what did they just have? A basketball final? Let's say you're at a basketball final. And you're there and you're in the arena and you leave to go to the bathroom and you come back and you're like, nobody tell me what I missed. Nobody tell me what I missed. I feel the same way about the internet and events. If something happens and you don't want to be spoiled, get off the fucking
But that's
internet.
the whole internet, dude, versus one game that you're at. I disagree.
I'm just like, look, if you're expecting the entire world to be silent about something that the world is excited about, it's up to you to guard yourself. That's how I feel. I've had a number of things spoiled for me because I choose to go on Twitter and just fucking look at stuff. And I'm like, look, if I see it, I see it. I'm going to try not to see it. And then when I see it, am I a little disappointed for a second? Sure. But it's on me. It's not like I'm adding people or specifically saying, hello, here's what happened in Loki episode 4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that it's not hard to be considerate of other people. And that's it. It's not hard to not tweet a spoiler. That's my thought on it. And if it's something that's way old, sure. But a brand new season of a brand new show that people are like working and haven't had time to get to yet, but still want to be able to go on Twitter while they're at work.
Sure.
I'm not going to ruin that for them. I'm not. People want to sit on Twitter while they're, on their lunch break and can't watch Loki yet.
I mean,
that's
that's
the
the
thing.
thing.
Like, no Twitter for you. Fuck you.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, there are a lot of different lines about it, where everybody feels a different way about it. And everybody feels differently about the amount of time that's an appropriate time and the amount of thing that's what sort of thing is appropriate to share after that time, There was a part that I felt about and I said something about it and it was very oblique.
Yeah. I didn't see the tweet, so I don't know what you said, but
yeah.
Generally I am anti-spoiler.
I would love, I mean, Twitter does need like a spoiler tag or like something, Yeah. Anyway.
What else do we got, Anthony?
What else do we got? Oh, this is some exciting Anthony and Saige news. Still on the DLC front and the release front. Streets of Rage 4. We've been waiting to hear about that DLC. And it comes out on July 15th. There it is, baby. Streets of Rage 4 is going to get, number one, it's going to get lightsabers. It's going to get a survival mode. It's going to get all kinds of extra stuff. So, we know that there's going to be a free update on July 15th that's going to add a training system, new color palette options, a Mania Plus difficulty, which can you imagine making Streets of Rage more difficult?
That's funny.
So that's the free, and a few quality of life refinements. On the same day, this DLC, which is called Mr. X Nightmare, is coming out at $7.99. It's going to have a lightsaber that you can throw and catch like a Jedi. It's going to have this survival mode, which is going to be waves of enemies, like like a survival mode, a horde mode. You're going to earn perks and power-ups for it. Try to get high scores, high combos. Going to be able to unlock a bunch of stuff through it. There's going to be a random survival mode.
Oh.
And then there's going to be weekly gauntlet challenges that you are going to be able to compete with everybody online for. It's going to be cool. You're going to be able to permanently unlock new moves and some new stuff for your characters in survival mode.
Was it Scott Pilgrim that had the horde mode that we really liked?
Yeah, the zombie mode, yeah.
Yeah. That was fun.
It was good. And that was a super simple horde mode, too. There wasn't much to it.
No, very, very basic and very good.
But it makes... it just makes... It's so much fun. Even the most... something like Scott Pilgrim shows you how even the most simplistic horde mode, if you're just sitting with a friend and just goofing around, is insanely fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. We are big fans of couch co-op in this house.
We love couch co-op in this house.
Couch co-op. So yeah, just sitting there and going on an ongoing horde mode that's just like, let's see how long we can survive this. That's fun. We did that zombie mode for a hot minute.
Yeah.
We were able to farm stuff from it for the actual game, which was really fun as well.
Yeah.
Remember?
They did unlock stuff.
It unlocked stuff for the actual game. Like
God.
you gotta like upgrade an arm, I remember.
That Scott Pilgrim game is so good.
Noir. Hello, good morning. Noir is on our Trouble in Techburg, our new Kids on Bikes show, and we're very happy to see you. Hello.
Hey, congrats on the first episode with us.
Yeah, so that was yesterday morning, and it's the same time this show happens. So if you're on an 8 a.m. schedule, BBs, I hope you're not missing Trouble in Techburg. That's on Thursdays. It's in between your fix of It's Too Early. You have to check it out. It was such a fun first episode. I'm so proud of all of the creative people that have chosen to make content on our channel.
They're wonderful people. Kids on Bikes, if you haven't watched a Kids on Bikes game before, is such a wonderful system.
It is.
And it makes for so much fun.
And it's by friends of the channel over at Hunters. It's awesome. It's a good show. Our own Kaylee Bray is on it, of course. So if you missed the first episode, the VOD is up right now. The VOD is up on Twitch. It'll go up on YouTube. Go catch up. Do it. And then make sure you tune in for episode 2 next week. They're going to be here every week, BBs. They're stuck with us.
Well, you know, a couple weeks ago, Saige, this is a business show.
Well, of course it's a business show. You have your street MBA.
Yeah, and you passed the bar in the state of Virginia, so you can give legal and business advice.
Absolutely.
Look, we narrowly avoided VR ads just last week.
Oh, man, Facebook was ready.
Facebook was ready,
and we were ready to be like, wow, what an awful thing that specifically Facebook would do to us. And only Facebook. And then that game pulled out, and they said, oh, never mind. We don't actually want to be the guinea pig for that. That seems like a really bad idea.
Yeah. And so we were like, crisis averted. Thank goodness. This horrible dystopian future is not going to come to us anytime soon. But we forgot. We forgot about Electronic Arts. It's in the game. And when they say it's in the game, they mean fucking ads.
They mean advertising. It's in the game. Literally.
They're going to be able to include video ads in PC and console games. Any company will be able to do this. Mm-hmm. Now, you've seen this if you're an NBA Live player. You've seen this in some of the sports games. They've started putting ads in fucking loading screens. You pay for a game, and they put ads in it. Fucking wild.
Fucking wild.
So this service is called Player One, spelled Player WON. It's owned by Simul Media. It's based around giving in-game items and currency to players who watch ads and targets mostly free-to-play games. And
that company is not owned by EA. They are an advertising company of their own that allows people to put ads in games.
So they've already made deals with EA and High Res. If you play Smite, you've probably seen these ads and you've seen this system. According to a report, players during the pilot were much more likely to play a game and spend money in it if they could acquire perks by watching ads.
I already do that shit on mobile games. I need you to not. That's rough.
In order to be rewarded for watching the ad needs to be watched to completion.
Naturally.
Simul Media's own research claims that people are willing to watch up to 10 videos a day for rewards. That's fucking nuts.
That's absolutely wild. So, of course, EA was the first person in line to sign up.
So
it's like this company wants to be the Google AdSense of ruining your games.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But this is another side effect of this stuff that we were talking about with the economics of mobile free-to-play and subscription right now.
Yep.
This is the unfortunate side effect, right? So 90% of people in free-to-play games don't buy items. Mm-hmm. My rule with a free-to-play game is when I used to travel a lot and I was playing a lot of mobile games, my rule was if I've been playing your mobile game for a week
mm-hmm.
and I've been playing it a lot, I will put like $5 into your game.
Right.
You get it. You get the $5.
Yeah.
As long as you're not showing me a lot of ads.
Yes.
But 90% of people who play free-to-play games
mm-hmm.
never buy an item.
Yeah. And my other thing, too, is if I'm playing a game and I have to buy something, I want it to be something that, A, I could enjoy the game without.
Mm-hmm.
I want it to be something that doesn't just give me convenience. Like, there are these things that allow you extra time skips and shit like that. Not a fan. I want to be able to make my gaming experience better and not feel like I am being punished by not doing it.
Punished for wanting to play your game. Oh,
Right.
you don't have enough crystals to continue.
It's like, well, I guess I don't get to fucking play.
Yeah, then I'm not going to play if I don't have enough crystals. So
Right.
90% of people are like that, where they never buy anything.
Yeah.
So if you're making a free-to-play game and 90% of the people playing your game never show you any money, what are you going to do?
Ads, baby.
You're going to run ads.
You're
going to run ads.
I would rather you just charge for the game.
I would love to buy a game from you.
I would love to just buy a game from you.
At the same time, I am talking up that Game Pass Ultimate. So
That's true.
I see both sides of it.
But you are also paying for...
I do pay every month for access to it. But I wonder what you do have to wonder what the rev share is.
Right.
Because right now, for something like a Game Pass Ultimate or an Apple Arcade, I mean, and this may not even be the case for Apple Arcade anymore, but for Game Pass Ultimate, you get a large, substantial chunk of upfront money to put your game on this thing.
It's true.
And that's going to go away year over year.
Right. I mean, you look at it as the same conversation that we had a few years ago about Spotify, right? Where it's like, well, if people aren't buying albums, people aren't buying individual songs anymore, that rev split becomes so low.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's also created this platform of accessibility for artists that didn't exist when you had to buy a song or buy a CD.
And this is what we're talking about, is that entire middle. The smallest creators
who are like, well, I wasn't going to make any money anyways.
Yeah, they benefit from it because they weren't seeing any money, and now they're seeing just a tiny bit of money. The biggest creators benefit from it because they have the leverage and they have the views and they have the numbers to get sweetheart deals or even to make those royalties worth it. The entire middle is disappearing, and it's scary.
It is.
It's scary. And as somebody who plays games or listens to music or watches movies, as the entire middle of our economy disappears, well, man, I can't afford to buy every game and movie that I want or album that I want.
Right.
So I have to pay to stream.
Right.
Because I can't afford everything.
I mean, and that's the thing, is that like the system of capitalism predominantly affects those at the lowest end of it, and then the people at the lowest end of it that are suffering from it and complaining about it are the ones expected to change the whole system, as opposed to the people at the top who benefit off of the backs of the poor. Anyways, let's talk some more about capitalism, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, fuck the Wall Street Journal.
Yes.
Let's start out by just all saying together.
Go on.
Fuck the Wall Street Journal. The Wall Street Journal published a glowing, lengthy feature.
Now, wait a minute, Saige. When I get up every morning, and I have Matilda make me my coffee exactly the way I like it.
Of course.
And I put on my monocle, and I wax my mustache.
Right.
And I sit down on the veranda.
Right. Spitting over the edge at children.
Yeah, if it's warm enough. If not, I sit in the solarium. I leisurely read my Wall Street Journal for 2 to 3 hours because how will I know what's going on with my money and what's happening with other money people who care about money? I love the Wall Street Journal.
Well, then you'll love this.
Great.
This is a story for you, the person who spits on poor children and waxes their mustache while applying their monocle for the day.
And rich children alike, because it's not just about money, it's about status and power.
You're so right. They did a lengthy feature on a 16-year-old who has spent the last 18 months buying and selling things on the internet, particularly focused on consoles like the PS5.
Oh,
he has been
wait a minute.
buying up and selling Xbox Series X consoles, Pokemon cards, sneakers, PlayStation 5s, and more.
He's a scalper.
Hiking up those prices and selling them on the internet.
This is the mythical scalper that we hear so much about.
Correct. And the Wall Street Journal published about this innovative teen really making a place for himself in this world that clearly had the capital to buy these consoles to begin with.
How much did this kid make? A few $100?
Oh,
a few thousand?
Well, let me find the number. Yes.
$1.7 million.
With $110,000 in profits. Because of how much he was spending on buying things.
The Wall Street Journal calls him a tech-savvy teen who exploits the supercharged resale market for scarce goods. What an enterprising. This is for the Wall Street Journal. This is a feel-good story about a kid with a lemonade stand to pay to go to summer camp. You know what I mean?
This is 100% how they did it. They were just like, wow, look at this kid, really business-minded and taking initiative to pave his own path in life.
Point me at his parents. Point me at his parents.
Yeah, I would like to talk to this kid's parents.
This kid...
I want to roll up a newspaper and bonk him on the fucking nose.
This kid has rented warehouse space.
Mm-hmm.
He has hired friends of his to work part-time with him. He has made a legitimate business of scalping and reselling shit. If you, like, during a time... Listen, is he hoarding food and medicine? No. We're not saying that. But during a time of scarcity and during a time of economic hardship for a lot of people, people are looking for whatever that one thing is for their big purchase for them, for their big happy time purchase. We've been trapped in our escape pods for the last 18 months. And some people are just like, man, all I want is just a fucking PS5.
And if you think of it outside of just those people who are just like, man, all I want is the escape of a PS5, you think about the culture around game consoles and children in like lower to middle class families. Like, I think about the fact that, like, I come from a low-income family. My family was pretty fucking poor growing up.
Same.
We always had the game consoles because it was such a status symbol and an expectation of our generation that it's like, well, what do you fucking mean you don't have a Nintendo 64?
Well, and now that we're older, we understand that our mothers were paying for those consoles for years because they had to put it on a fucking credit card.
Exactly.
Or they had to sell some stuff, and so they didn't get something, so we could have a fucking N64.
Exactly. And I know that that's something that my mother did to always make sure that we had those things. And I know that that is a thing that parents continue to do, going on eBay and paying these exorbitant prices because their kid, they don't want their kid to be the only one without a fucking PlayStation.
I mean, I told the story last week of working in a game store when the N64 came out, and my owner just going, I think we're going to charge like $500 for it. Go out there and see who will pay $500 for our last N64.
Exactly.
And it's like, imagine this kid during the holidays last year. Clearly had his parents' credit card to start. Explained to his parents what he was going to do.
Yep.
Because he had to have a few grand to buy the starting consoles.
Correct.
And probably he had to buy like some sort of shopping or sniping bot to get them.
Yep. This is actually from the teen's father. He said he was initially uncomfortable with his son's business success because he benefited from a situation created by a health crisis, but he concluded that it was permissible because his son only resells luxury goods and not necessities. It is a real distinction. This is capitalism.
Says the father. You know, fuck you. And fuck your rationalization. This sucks.
The sentence, this is capitalism,
hey,
makes me want to punch someone in the nose.
Hey, baby, this is capitalism. Fucking sucks.
I cannot believe the way that this was, like, taken by the Wall Street Journal. Just, like, you didn't have one person look at that. You didn't have one person look at that and go, hey, should we maybe take a different tone on this?
Nah.
Like, there's so many layers of people to be mad at, least of all as a child.
For the
like,
Wall Street
still
Journal,
the child.
This is bootstraps, baby.
Yeah.
This is it. This is the kid. This is a kid fucking pulling himself up and doing a good, cool thing.
They marvel at the amount of money he's able to make. They say, you know, he's a bootstrapping kid, wily entrepreneur, and someone smart enough to see a way to make money and just take it.
Just take it, baby. That's so cool. Such a cool kid. I bet this kid is the coolest kid in school, and everybody loves him. I'm not in the business of dunking on teenagers.
I am. Oh, God, that's the spreadsheet. Fuck, you didn't see it.
Why does he look like Palmer Luckey?
Of course, my NDI source. That's why it showed yours. My NDI source borked.
Why does he look exactly like Palmer Luckey?
I got it. Oh, don't spill. I'm in the business of dunking on teens. Fuck this kid.
Look at that warehouse full of shit he's reselling.
Look at that smug motherfucker.
I mean, but to be fair, and when he's saying things like he's only selling luxury goods, they do mention in the article that he was selling things like space heaters and shit. during the winter.
Wow.
Like little ketchup packets to hot tubs. Everything.
I am, of course, not subscribed to the Wall Street Journal, so I cannot get access to the full story.
Think of the luxury of heat.
He said, the article starts by Sarah E. Needleman. Hey, fuck you, Sarah. For many video game enthusiasts, the console shortage of 2020-2021 has been a major drag. For high school student junior Max Hayden, it's been a bonanza. He's bought and resold dozens of the newest PlayStations and Xbox machines for as much as $1,100, more than double their $500 sticker prices. By doing the same with a selection of goods scarce in the pandemic, such as patio heaters, Pokemon trading cards. Max ended last year with a profit of $110,000 on $1.7 million.
The father says these are just luxury goods, but when you say something like patio heater or those little tiny ceramic space heaters, for some people who live in apartments, those are not luxury goods. That's their heat.
Like the health crisis triggered a shortage of ketchup packets, and he was selling fucking ketchup packets.
Yeah, fuck this kid. Fuck this kid and fuck capitalism.
Woo! Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody. Speaking of capitalism, you remember when Nintendo sued that ROM site out of existence?
We sure do remember that. How's that going for Nintendo?
Not well.
Ooh, I can't imagine why.
So here's the thing. We talked about this ROM site. The issue, the reason Nintendo was able to get damages from this, and such a large amount of damages from this, was the dude was selling memberships and access to this ROM site.
Correct. Yeah, he was selling membership for like speedier and higher quality downloads of Nintendo games on ROM.
So basically, in addition to just like hey, we're sending you a takedown, you're sharing our IP, it was like, no, you're charging money for our shit. So in this case, Nintendo wasn't really wrong. 2.1 million is a lot though. And here's the thing. When you are awarded money in a court case in the United States, a lot of people think that the judge bangs the gavel and the person who owes you the money walks over to the bailiff and writes a check. But that's not what happens. Getting your money from somebody that you successfully sue, it's actually incredibly hard to do. The court can order structured payments.
But what if they don't have it?
Or they just don't make the payments?
Right.
You can bring them back to court, and you can keep this going forever and ever. Basically, here's what's going on. The founder of this site, ROM Universe, Matthew Storman, he was supposed to pay off $50 a month to Nintendo until $2.1 million. Matthew Storman was never going to pay this off.
No, of
course
not.
The court was like, you got to pay at least $50 a month.
Yep.
At least.
Because it was $35,000 for each of the 49 games, plus $400,000 in trademark damages. And he already missed his $50 a month payment.
He just didn't do it.
And
you know what? Come at him.
Right?
Come at him. Daniel Aaron in the live studio audience is saying the judge can lock him up for contempt of court. You can. It's hard to do. It's not as easy as you think.
I would say it depends on a lot about the defendant there.
Yeah.
I would say it probably depends a lot on the defendant there. I don't know much about the creator of this site, but depending on what he looks like and the fact that we're already using he pronouns, he's probably not getting locked up for it anytime soon.
Well, not just that. It's like,
I don't know.
You have to go back to court to have him found in contempt.
Correct.
And then the judge has to decide that it was actual, it's a lot. Like it is not easy to get a payout. And I do kind of like that in this case, a lot of times it's a corporation that's ducking settlement payouts to individuals. And they're able to do that because they have the legal resources and money to duck you forever. I do kind of like that Matthew Storman's ducking Nintendo.
Yeah. Nintendo doesn't need his $50.
Nintendo wasn't in the wrong here, but I kind of like that he's ducking out on it.
Yeah.
Nintendo filed a new injunction against Storman. And they said not only did the defendant not address his violation of the court's order in the opposition, but he continues to ignore the order, and has not yet made any payments. This failure to make even the modest $50 a month payment, an amount that he proposed and agreed to, demonstrates that Nintendo has no adequate remedy at law for defendants' past or future infringement and underscores the need for a permanent injunction.
Last month, Storman also filed a motion to have the court consider not making him pay. I just picture him going into the courthouse and saying, Your Honor,
Mr. Storman?
what if we didn't?
Interesting. I'll allow it. Continue.
Like, make me do it. Like, what if we did not make me pay money? What if we didn't do that?
Okay.
I know we did the whole thing, but I dislike it, and I was wondering, what if we didn't?
I like the cut of your jib. I'm thinking about it.
Thank you.
I'll think about it.
So, like, they're thinking about it.
Matthew Storman, by the way, has been defending himself. He came in without legal representation. Nintendo was just like, he did this and he did this. He's like, I'll give him $50 a month. Like, he literally sat on the other side of the court with no lawyer.
And you know, the team of
Nintendo's
Nintendo
legal team comes in and they're just like, Your Honor, in pursuance of the violations of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, in addition to infringement of our property and the amount of money that the defendant made against our IP, we have no choice but to ask for this settlement. Okay, Mr. Storman, your rebuttal?
No.
Does the plaintiff have anything to say to that? You got anything to say to no? Because he said no.
David versus Nintendo. Never forget, everybody. Hey, look, I'm sure we're all on our way to being sued by Nintendo one day. There are a few things that are certain in life. Death, taxes, and a lawsuit from Nintendo. And we say that as big Nintendo fans.
Listen, you know, we talk a lot about the two sides of Nintendo.
We do.
We talk about it. Speaking of literally everything we've been talking about today.
Yeah, there's a lot of it today.
This is a lot.
I'm
hey,
sorry. There's
welcome
so
to the
much there.
anti-capitalist variety hour. Eat the rich. It's Phil. Phil's here. Phil's
Hey,
here.
Phil.
Hey,
Good to
Phil.
see you.
Phil's in a t-shirt and a blazer. He doesn't want you to ever buy another Xbox again. He would really love it if he didn't have to make another Xbox after this one. And he says, studio acquisitions are a good thing.
Yeah. Hey, big man at big company think big company acquires small company. Good for everybody.
So here's, you know, Microsoft, they now own 23 different studios. They've been buying up AA's, AAA's. They're really trying to make this platform, this console-less platform, work.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to do that, like we were talking about, you need IP.
You do.
You need coal to shovel into the engine here. So he says, you know, it doesn't mean every team has to end up selling their studio, but I think it's a natural and a healthy part of our industry that certain teams will start a studio and many of them will fail. Most small businesses fail. But those that make it through and have such a risk-filled journey to get to the point to create real value, you know, maybe they realize that value through acquisition is the way to go.
The fact that even in the statement, he was like, you know, small businesses fail, and that's good for us.
You know, listen.
It's good that small
we're
businesses
helping them
fail.
because they fail. They would fail if we didn't help them.
Hey, everybody. Buy indie games. Support indie devs.
Dude.
We got a list we could recommend always. Top of our list, Ooblets. Ooblets is a great place to start. What, Chicory?
Chicory just came out.
Chicory just came out.
Listen, and when you're buying
Calico?
games, you're about to open up Steam, you're about to open up Epic, you're about to open up whatever. Before you even do that, go to itch.io. Start your day on itch.io.
See what's there. There's weird shit you didn't know you were looking for. Just deeply niche things that are just for you.
But there are
always
also
a bunch of awesome bundles.
Yeah, but there are also like the bigger AA and indie games that you come to expect on something like Steam. Like, do you like the Playdead games? Playdead puts their games on fucking itch. A lot of people put their games on itch. Finji puts all their games on itch. So talking about Chicory, talking about Night in the Woods, talking about Tunic when Tunic comes out. I think Tunic is a timed Microsoft exclusive, but once it's off Microsoft, it'll be on itch. And itch gives so much more money to developers
than any other platform.
So much more money
than
to
any
developers.
of the platforms we've mentioned, at least. So look at this, just on sale, Night of the Nun, aka Nun Massacre.
A PS1 style horror game.
Right?
Love it.
Love that.
They run these massive game jams, right? And so what they'll do is they did one that was PS1 horror.
Yeah.
And so now all of those PS1 horror games that came out during that jam are on sale. They can come in a bundle. You can buy them individually. So Power Drill Massacre, the Nun game that you just showed.
Right.
Scary Tales Volume 1.
Look at this, A Mortician's Tale.
A Mortician's Tale is so good.
I played A Best Friend Forever, and that was a really, really lovely game.
It's a dog and dating simulator.
It's very good. I've heard good things about We Should Talk.
We Should Talk is amazing. I got to play that with the devs, and it's unbelievably good. So go support indie games.
The most expensive game on this page, I think, is like $10, $13. Do that if you can. I highly recommend it. There's a ton of free games, and like we said, get in on those bundles.
It's a dog ownership and dating sim.
Yes.
So you have to raise your dog.
As opposed to like a Hatoful Boyfriend, which is a literal pigeon dating sim.
You have to raise your dog and find somebody to date, and
Who
they
also has
have a dog.
Yeah.
Do the dogs get along? Do you and them get along?
It's important to find out.
It's great. So go to itch. Make sure you're supporting indie games because this consolidation model it's happening, and it's only getting bigger and bigger.
Right.
Speaking of subscription
support
models,
independent creators all over the place.
like where, Saige?
Like here on Twitch.
Like here on Twitch.
Like here on Twitch, there's a bunch of independent creators that are not backed by any large corporations.
Saige, are we?
That only survive by your help and support, by showing up for the shows.
Saige, are we?
Your subscriptions and donations.
Are we independent creators?
We are independent creators. You're so right.
Could that be us?
It is us.
Is that
weird?
Is that goal? Does that go directly to us?
Yes, it does. To supporting 2 independent creators, just making shows.
2
just getting
people?
up and making shows in the morning. Literally, the smallest team.
The smallest team.
We just shared a granola bar.
We literally shared a granola bar for our anniversary.
It's not the show anniversary yet. We're gonna do a proper anniversary
Hey,
celebration. I will not let you.
Speaking of this subscription model, that is everywhere. What if it was on Instagram?
Oh, that would be spicy. As I'm sure many of you know, Twitter's been testing out those super follows.
Windows
for a hot
11
minute
doesn't
now.
want to hide my taskbar.
That's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate.
I do like the look of the new taskbar.
Oh, Windows 11 is so lovely.
It's pretty. Twitter, somewhat recently, released super follows. And now it would appear by some screenshots that Instagram is working on things like fan clubs and exclusive stories visible only to fan club members, which is really interesting. There's been talk about forming groups on Instagram recently, kind of like Facebook groups. Unsurprisingly, obviously, Facebook owns Instagram. Of course, they're going to pull things over from their dead platform to Instagram. But...
So this is, I mean, look, initially I say to myself, this is exactly what we're talking about. If an independent creator is making content and people will pay for that content, that's great. Get paid. Secure the bag. We love it when individual creators secure the bag. Here's the thing about something like this that irks me, and you can tell me if it irks you. So already we have Patreon and Twitch.
Yes.
On this channel, we have Patreon and Twitch. On my podcast, we have Patreon, but we also have like other ways to support us.
Yep. There's a bunch of creators now going to Fan House.
None of these platforms want to work together. So it's like, okay, so if somebody pays for Patreon, how do I give them access to an exclusive story if they're already giving me a certain amount of money a month? And the answer is you don't really, unless you cross-post it to Patreon.
Correct. I think Patreon has been the most versatile in that, like, Patreon has been like, hey, we are integrated with Discord to give special permissions. We have certain integrations with Twitch to give special permissions.
Sometimes the Twitch and the Patreon bots don't want to play together on a Discord, which gets a little spicy.
That's true. But, you know, as a third-party company, I think they are doing their best. I think these, like, in-platform ones could be really convenient, especially when you look at, we talked about the Twitter one at length, where, like, a lot of not-safe-for-work creators and sex workers utilize Twitter as a platform because of their much less restrictive terms of service, as opposed to Instagram, who will ban you for even mentioning OnlyFans. Twitter is a great platform for sex work.
Sure.
But in moving towards super follows, there's that area of like, is Twitter going to accept money off of the back of sex workers, only to then go, actually, no, oh my God, we can't get advertisers if we charge for nudes.
And the answer is yes.
That's kind of the natural progression.
That's where it's going to go. And it like Ranger Dared in the live studio audience is saying, on top of everything else, it's an exhausting amount of subscriptions.
It is. I don't want to have to enter my fucking credit card info on another site. I don't want to have to do that. I want to be able to support creators in one place. Every
time I tap something that's like more money, I'm just like, I don't want to tap. I've tapped so many things for like in exchange for money this week.
Yep.
I just don't want to do it.
Right.
And then it makes me less likely to support a new creator because I do have this like, everything is another subscription.
Yeah, and everything is awful.
And when you sit down and when you list, I'm telling you, fun exercise. Sit down, look across every platform and try to list every subscription.
Yeah.
You will forget it. There will be 4 or 5 that you've forgotten about probably.
Most likely. Yeah.
It's fucking wild. But, you know, hey, if your main platform on the counterpoint there, if your main platform is Instagram, if you're an Instagram model, if you're an Instagram influencer, if you're a photographer, there are very few photographers left making money on Instagram. But
it's true. But we know that how difficult it is for creators to move audiences to another platform. The amount of people you lose when you put a link to something is massive.
If it's your main platform, you should be able to monetize that platform.
Right. In the way that we would celebrate making money off of YouTube videos you post. It's just a tough thing because everyone's trying to do it at once. So it's like, well, what do we do? You know, right? So the exclusive stories, the way it looks right now is you'll be able to, if you are part of the like ticketed group kind of equivalent, you will be able to access that story and then the creator can highlight it. And let's say I subscribe next month, I can go back through the highlights and see what you previously posted for subscribers only. I literally can't imagine what I would post on a subscriber exclusive Instagram story.
No. And like, I don't want to sit and think about it. I don't want to create that strategy for myself.
No, it's just it's a very odd thing because Patreon is not just so limited. Mm-hmm. You can create a lot of different kinds of content on Patreon. An Instagram story is kind of an Instagram story.
I guess you can.
Like,
can it be an IGTV or is it just a story? I don't know.
Right now, they're testing exclusive stories. I'm sure it will be expanded upon that. Probably IGTV, probably even feed posts of the sort.
Dagger's going to have exclusively subscription-based stories from now on.
There you go.
On his Instagram. My sweet perfect boy is going to be behind the paywall.
There we go. That's how we'll be testing it.
He's too beautiful.
You've
been getting it for free.
It's 9:30. We got like what, one more? We got one more nice piece of news, maybe. Bring it back up from capitalism.
This is
also,
technically about subscriptions.
Oh no. Lots of kittens in the live studio audience was saying, I hate that Instagram is so integral to growing our small business. It sucks so hard. It's already a lot of work making content for Instagram and fighting in the algorithms. Instagram wants to become Snapchat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they already stole the entire model of Snapchat a while ago.
You know, here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do before we leave.
What?
Do we have one more feel-good story?
I mean, it's not really a feel-good story, but we got like pop culture stories.
Yeah. All right.
What do you want?
I don't know. Do one.
All right. We could talk about
that one.
Okay.
Well, don't show the photo if you do it.
What are you doing, Anthony?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
All right, Mortal Kombat Legends.
We'll just
end on that. Mortal Kombat Legends, an animated series, has a new trailer. IGN got the first look at the upcoming, animated film for Warner Brothers. And, like, it looks pretty cute.
Yeah?
I know Mortal Kombat using the word cute is an odd approach to it.
Unless it's a babality.
Of course. But I love the art style.
Yeah. It's definitely got that late 90s, early 2000s American action cartoon look to it.
Yeah, which I feel like is exactly what a Mortal Kombat series should be.
Yeah.
And like, you know, Mortal Kombat is graphic violence, and I can handle that a lot better in a cartoon.
Yeah.
I also miss babalities. Hard same, Kaylin Roar.
Listen, it's all about babalities.
We have a release date for that. Both physical and digital copies will be available on August 31st. Imagine buying a Blu-ray.
Imagine going out and buying a Blu-ray of Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms. Or at all.
The sequel follows immediately after Scorpion's Revenge, the last thing we saw from Mortal Kombat Animated. It will task memorable characters to travel to Outworld in defense of Earthrealm.
Cool.
Scorpion must find the ancient Kamidogu before it's used to resurrect.
They gotta
the
go to
one
Outworld
being.
and they gotta fight. Can they fight? Let's find out. Mortal Kombat Legends.
Is cute.
It's cute.
It's cute. I didn't watch the Scorpion movie. Did you?
The Scorpion animated? No.
Yeah.
I'm not the hugest Mortal Kombat guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I believe that the 1994 movie is a perfect film.
Of course. Oh, did you see the live action? Did you see the new live action? You did watch it, didn't you?
Didn't we watch it?
No.
Oh, we were like texting during it, weren't we?
Nope, that's the Justice League.
Oh.
We did not.
Who was I talking to during? I was annoying somebody as I was watching Mortal Kombat, and I can't remember who it was. You're lucky it wasn't you, because I had a lot to say about that trash film, and I loved it. I have a lot to say about that trash film, and I loved it.
90s Mortal Kombat movie does in fact rule.
It's so good.
Zilla said, I do buy discs, but I back it all up in Plex. That's a good idea.
I have discs of like my faves at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I've been slowly getting rid of media, but I can't get rid of books. I'm unable to get rid of books.
Yeah, that's fair. As someone moving a lot of books right now.
And I know I should. And I got a bunch of books on my Kindle, but I never think about them and they don't count and I'll never read them.
Yeah, that's fair. So I feel about a lot of things I have stored on Audible. Well, everybody, I think that's our show.
That's our show. That's our big anniversary spectacular.
That's not correct. We will do an anniversary special at the end of the month. It's not even our anniversary yet. That's
We've
correct.
celebrated.
Thank you, everybody.
But it is
for
our
being
last
here.
show.
It is for like
here in this space.
It is. Goodbye to the wall. Goodbye to Anne's shelf. We're going to paint a very similar wall in the next space. We really love this wall.
I think we'll do even better next time. What you can't see off frame is some of the splitches and splatters and crookedy bits that we made.
It was our first time, and we did it all by ourselves.
I think it looks lovely, though.
It does look lovely. We're very proud of it. So we're going to have a new space to decorate. And hey, I will just say it. We rarely say it. I don't know if we've ever said it on the show. We do technically have an Amazon wish list if you're looking for ways to support the new studio. It has like equipment-y stuff that we could use in there. So if you are looking for ways to support and are not sure how, that's listed in the panels down below the player. But no pressure to ever do so. You being here, that's enough.
That's enough.
Let's go through and thank all the people who were here, who showed a little support.
We just make a show. And if you come watch the show, then you've done everything we've ever dreamed. Especially here on our 3-week anniversary.
All incorrect.
And all of it's incorrect?
Yes.
I don't know. I thought the outpouring of emotion was real. Wow, Saige. But we do want to thank the people who have supported us with their bits, their donations, their subscriptions, and their follows during this stream. First of all, as Joriel just slipped in the $100 donation.
God.
Kaylin Roar with 1,000 bits saying bye wall. Grumpy Steen, farewell to Ann Shelf with the bits. Dougie Fresh, 500 bits. Ugg Spelling. I'm sure we'll figure out what that was about in just a moment.
Yeah.
My question is Will Smith has followed. Hobo Muskrat with the resub for 3 months. Dog Park Playdate Sim for Puppets. Yes, please. Mate Olaza, Pauper of the South, Rixer27, thank you for the follow. As Joriel with the 9-month resub, thank you. Auto Anatomy, $29. Hello, July, and hello to you. 54 Aquasnakes, $25.70 for dagger treats. Ooh, and he loves an expensive treat. Chop Machop, Bumblebee 705, Turdy Fergus, thank you for the follow. Cassidy Weaver with the $10 donation. Stamps 1646 donating $29.99. You two are simply the best. Love the content every week. Thank you so much, Stamps.
Thank you.
Kakashi Family 123 XX Bombs Away. Thank you for the follows. 54 Aquasnakes, 150 bits. Kurt Laurelton with a $25 donation. Thank you for your generosity. G-Rex 13th with 300 bits. Good luck on the move. Alonzo with the resub.
Thank you, Alonzo.
Thank you, Alonzo. Thunder Cabbage 1, thank you for the bits. Anonymous gifting the tier 1 sub to Bijan Steven. Bijan, make your show, you coward. Squish Ramon with the 10-month resub, 3-week anniversary. Let's get this thing off the ground.
Also incorrect.
It's totally correct. We're brand new. Tell your friends. Ronan Monkey with the $50. It's a new month, and there's a new goal. Anyway, I hear you guys are moving, so thank you, Ronan. Cassidy Weaver, 200 bits. Did someone say fan support? Thank you. Grumpy Steen with 1,000 bits. You don't need a job if you have enough fan support. That's probably true. Jeff XP00 with the follow. Thank you all so much.
We also just had Big Pop Smurf drop 5 gift subs and Mama Faraday with that 4-month resub. Thank you, you sweet beans. I appreciate you, as well as Crucial Fix with the follow.
And Zealous with the 15 bits. Hey, thank you all so much. And like we said, you know, just being here is enough. Money is weird and strange and terrible. But if you want to help out and you want to spread the word of this brand new show, we're only 3 weeks old, what you can do is, hey, just retweet when we go live. Share with your friends that you like the show. Send somebody a link to a VOD.
Make a clip.
Make a clip. Make a GIF. God, I love being in a GIF.
All free things to do. Even joining the Discord helps us very, very much. Soul Reaper Flores, thank you for gifting that sub to the Extreme. Joining the Discord, being a part of the community, conversing and gathering, like the reason we set out for this, you know?
Yeah, we've it's been a long and wonderful 3 weeks, and we're excited that you've been on the journey with us. It's tough after 3 weeks to say goodbye to this studio, but we appreciate y'all coming out and joining us, and we're looking forward to bigger and better and newer things in the future. We do have a Patreon clip coming out later on today if you are a member of the Patreon, so watch out for that. But in the meantime, you can find me everywhere else on the internet when I am not here at Carboni, except for here on Twitch, where I'm at Anthony Carboni. Twitch, you cowards, it's mine. Give it back to me. You can also find me every Friday on my science comedy podcast, We Have Concerns, with Jeff Kanata. There's a new episode out today. It's very fun. I hope you enjoy it. And tonight, Saige and I will both be on Failed Save, our live play D&D show that is right here on this channel. That's at 7 p.m. So if you're already following, you will get that notification. If you're not already following, you should follow because this is a really good show.
It's pretty good. It's a damn good show. You can find me everywhere on the internet. At Not Sage, I stream on my channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, except for this week because we moving, baby. But tomorrow, I am going to pop live for just a little bit for a final stream in my apartment. We always do one last stream on my channel, usually just surrounded by boxes sitting on the floor. It's become a tradition, so I'll see you then. You can also find me this afternoon on Smosh Games. We're doing some game show stuff. You can find me on this channel all the damn time. This show's every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm other places too. You'll see it. I'm around. I promise. I am deeply unavoidable.
I dare
and
you
I'm
not
so
to.
sorry.
Dare you not to see.
Yeah. Floorbox stream. We love you all so much. Thank you for starting your mornings with us. It truly means the world. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And we'll see you very soon. Not on Monday, but soon.
Bye, BBs.
Bye, BBs.